Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, this is unbelievable, but believe it of course because it is happening in Nigeria. Now this is the narrative of a senator that has been imprisoned for embezzling funds when he was the governor of a state, and of course we're talking about Orji Kalu. So guys, I bring you this. Orji Kalu will receive full salary allowances in prison, and this is a comment attributed to the Nigerian Senate. So again, the headline: Orji Kalu will receive full salary allowances in prison, and this is a statement being made by the Nigerian Senate. So now let's find out exactly what's been said here. The convicted chief whip of the Senate, Orji Kalu, will continue to receive his salary and all other entitlements whilst in prison, the Senate has said. This is despite that he will not be performing any legislative function from the prison. The spokesperson of the Senate, Godiya Akwashiki, disclosed this on Sunday. He said despite the conviction, Mr. Kanu remains a sitting senator and will be paid all of his entitlements in full. He said until the case gets to the Supreme Court and a final judgment is given, Mr. Kanu remains a serving lawmaker. He is still a senator. This is the first court. The matter is going to the Supreme Court, so he still has the opportunity to appeal up to the Supreme Court level. Of course, they will pay him because he is a sitting senator, just like I said. If you file for appeal, you are still serving, and so they will pay you. All his entitlements will be paid. There is no cause for alarm. In fact, even if Court of Appeal says they have upheld the judgment of the lower court, he still has the right to go to the Supreme Court. So once the Supreme Court says yes, the judgment is okay, then that's the final, he explained. Earlier, Mr. Akwashiki said Mr. Kalu's seat will not be declared vacant. He explained that there is no provision in the Constitution that says the seat of any senator facing prosecution or conviction at a lower court should be declared vacant. Mr. Kanu's seat will not be declared vacant except he, Kanu, has explored all the legal options available to him without success, he said. Even the tenure of a former governor, Joshua Dariye, who has been in prison for some time now, ran its course until the end of the 8th National Assembly. Nobody declared his seat vacant. The Federal High Court in Lagos on Thursday sentenced Mr. Kanu to 12 years in prison after convicting him of 7.65 billion naira fraud. Mr. Kanu, a former governor of Abia State, was pronounced guilty of the charge in a trial that lasted for 12 years. The conviction comes 12 years after the ex-governor was first arrested by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC in 2007 and was tried alongside his company, Slok Nigeria Limited, and Ude Uduagu, who was the Director of Finance and Accounts at the Abia State Government House during Mr. Kanu's tenure as governor. So there you have it now, ladies and gentlemen. So it is not even a case of apparently or allegedly. This is now really a categorical statement coming out of the Nigerian Senate, and they are stating now that a convicted criminal who is serving time in Kirikiri is going to be paid his full entitlement by the Nigerian state. So this is now the state of play now, and this is what now passes for democracy within the Nigerian space, because of course this guy now is in prison and they are going to be paying him in full. So what form of representation is he providing for his people of his constituency to justify that pay? That is the first question, because of course the pay of a senator has to be commensurate with their input on behalf of their constituency within the Senate space, within the red chambers as they call it in Nigeria. So that's the first instance. So the second instance is, this is a guy that has been convicted of fraudulent practice, and you are saying as the foremost lawmaking body in the country, that contrary to this now conviction by law of this person that is meant to be the paramount of lawmaking and law abiding in the country, contrary to that, this guy that's been convicted, you are going to, in the face of a court judgment, continue to pay him his full entitlement. So this is now the position that has been adopted by the Nigerian state. And this is the sort of democracy that we're practicing, of course, in that country. Common sense, of course, would tell you that the logical thing to do would be to put this guy's entitlement in abeyance. If you don't want to dismiss him out of hand, you put his entitlement and his salary in abeyance on suspension, pending the final outcome of the court, if he's going to either accept the ruling of this court or go through all of the court processes of Nigeria up to the Supreme Court and then get that final judgment there. So off the back of the judgment of that final court, which is the Supreme Court, you then either pay him his entitlement then as a lump sum because you have held it in abeyance, or then of course you do not have any need to pay him at all because the law courts of course have found him of fraudulent practices. This would be the commonsensical thing to do, but then of course these people are going to continue to pay him, so that then if this guy then goes through that process and it goes all the way through to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court then makes the decision to uphold all of the decisions that have been made in the lower courts, and bear in mind, be of the mind that it took 12 years for this guy to get to justice, because this case has been in trial for 12 years, which in itself is a denial of justice to the people of Abia State, because justice delayed, of course, is justice denied. But of course now, if however long, and it could well take the full term of this tenure for them to go through all that process. So if they pay him all of his salary for the entirety of this particular assembly, because that's how long it takes the Nigerian legal process to follow its course, this guy may well be long dead. It may well be in 50 years time that they come to a final judgment long after this guy has been dead. Hopefully, I wish him long life, but really if it's taking them 12 years to get to this stage, then how long would it take them to go through the appeal court and then to the Supreme Court? So you can see that this is going to take forever, and it will certainly take the duration of this particular tenure of this 4-year term of this assembly. There's absolutely no question about that. So now they are going to pay him all of his entitlements. So whatever those law courts of appeals then find, they then have to then go through that process again of trying to retrieve whatever it is that they have paid him, or they'll just say, let's forget about it. So now this is now just the ludicrous system that they have in Nigeria, and I do find myself using that word ludicrous very often within the Nigerian space, because the whole structure is entirely, in its entirety, ludicrous. Of course, imagine that somebody has been convicted and you want to continue to pay him his salary in prison. So then who then serves the interest of his constituency is really where the question is, because of course the person elected to the Nigerian Senate, a senator in Nigeria, is sent to the Senate to serve the interest of his constituency. So then if this guy Orji Kalu is in prison and is going to be in prison for the foreseeable, at least until he goes through the appeal process, and pending and depending on what the appeal process finds. So if this guy is going to be in prison for that period, and you are saying, and the Senate has said this as well, by the way, they are saying that they are not going to declare his seat vacant and they are going to continue to pay him his salary. So if they are not going to declare his seat vacant and they are going to continue to pay his salary, who then is going to be the voice of his constituency in the Senate? Because of course, even in Nigeria, and I'm not going to say it is impossible, because there's absolutely nothing impossible within the Nigerian space, but even in Nigeria, it is a stretch of the imagination that a senator can be serving his constituency from the confines of a prison cell. But of course, the needs of his constituency in Abia State, whichever constituency that is still immediate and urgent. So this is just the sort of ludicrous nonsense that we find ourselves doing in Nigeria. This guy is in prison. You say you want to continue to pay him his salary, but then what are you paying him that salary for? Is it for being a criminal? Conversations in the comment section. Come share thoughts about all this with me. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you're making of all this in the comment section. So I'll leave you here. Join me in the comment section. But here I say peace.